Okay, so let's talk about the film. It's What's Inside. This is a movie I watched back at Sundance back in January, and I just recently got the chance to rewatch it. I think I already made like a short or something talking about this movie, what I thought about it at Sundance. But here's my full review and thoughts on the movie now that I have seen it, because this one was definitely one that I just implore you to not get anything spoiled for it. Don't even watch the trailer. I feel like the trailer reveals a little bit too much in my opinion. This is one to go in not knowing anything and you will love it. Trust me. All I knew is that some friends get together for a reunion and some strange shit happens, and that's all I knew. And the little image they used at Sundance, it looked interesting to me. That's how I base my movies, honestly, because I think that's always best to go into a movie not knowing much, no expectations, no anything, no biases, all of that. But let's get into It's What's Inside, my thoughts on it. And before we do, hit the subscribe and notification bell. Joker for ado tonight. Check us out when we have our full reaction after the theater. But It's What's Inside is a new movie directed by Greg Jardin, and this is their directorial debut. I believe they've done some music videos and things like that. Never a full feature length. And I will tell you, Greg Jardin does an amazing job here, never having directed a film at this capacity, a feature. This is such a great film. I will just start off with that because I am going to give this film its flowers, because I have not stopped thinking about it since Sundance when I watched it. And let me tell you, this is a movie that I'm so sad is just going to Netflix, because this is a movie I think you really would have gotten so much enjoyment to see with a full crowd. The theater I watched it at Sundance with completely sold out. Everybody was there packed in and just having a grand time. Always love to see a movie with a full theater and everybody just having a great time, and this is without a doubt one of the most fun movies I've seen in quite some time. Basically what you follow is these friends get together for this reunion. It's going to be more of a send-off because the friend is getting married and now they just want to go back to simpler times when they're in college and reminisce about all of that, until one friend brings a briefcase that will forever change the scope of all that are involved. Now, I'm not going to tell you what's in the suitcase or what it involves, but I will tell you it does make each of these characters act differently. And that's something I got to give credit to, is that all of these actors do an amazing job at being these different types of people due to the effects of the suitcase, and it changes each of them in a different way. And I really love how all of them pull it off so efficiently, where you really believe that this is happening even though it's the same person. That's as much as I can say. But
the cast for sure has to be praised here. The cast, of course, includes Brittany O'Grady playing Shelby, James Morosini playing Cyrus, Gavin Leatherwood playing Dennis, Nina Bloomgarden playing Maya, Alycia Debnam-Carey playing Nikki, Reina Hardesty playing Brooke, Devin Terrell playing Ruben, David Thompson playing Forbes, and just a very amazing cast here. Like, they all do such an amazing job at just portraying these characters and really having these very interesting and crazy experiences. I just don't want to get too many spoilers about this, but I will have a spoiler full review thoughts coming out on Friday when the movie releases, so stay tuned for that. We'll really dive into why I think they do such a great job here. So
I will tell you, this movie is also shot in a way that's so hypnotic and mesmerizing. There's some camera shots here that are just like, wait, what is going on? And I love the use of color that Greg Jardin has throughout as well, to really showcase the effects that this suitcase has on everybody, and the music and just all about it is so great. This is a movie that really focuses on some key themes that are very important, I think, for a lot of young people and just anybody in general who is ever young as well, because it really does hone in on the fact that sometimes we don't feel adequate in our lives, or that we feel like we should be living somebody else's life, and we get jealous, we get resentment, and we have regrets and all of this. And this movie really does a great job at focusing on all of this and really pushing it forward, this narrative of how our society today is so consumed with social media and this fake personas that everybody puts on. And I really think Greg Jardin does an amazing job at portraying this in a fantastical element that the movie presents as well. Now, the movie does take its twists and turns, and I will tell you, I was so skeptical about this movie's premise once it started to get into what it really was. I said, this is a movie that's going to get so convoluted, it's going to be a mess, all of that. And I will tell you, the movie does a great job at keeping itself tidy. It doesn't really leave much loose ends here and there, although it does get into a bit of an exposition dump by the end of the film, but I'm okay with it because Greg Jardin even tells you that this is the coda, so I'm expecting exposition no matter what, right? But I think that what really sells it is just the performances from the actors here. It is so loose, it is so honestly, I don't know how to describe it, but the movie doesn't have a heavy foot. It is so much like sprinting. It is like skipping. It's not really stumbling or anything like that. It is just lightweight of a movie. And that's not in a bad way either, saying that there's no substance or anything here. That's me saying that the film's able to sort of present these grandiose ideas and these very extravagant like scenes in a way that doesn't feel like, oh man, I gotta think about this real hard, right? And that's just by the editing, by the style choices that Greg Jardin does here. And I'm so excited for people to see this movie. Overall, I really would have loved to see this in the theater again, just like I did at Sundance. I think that's such a great experience with a movie like this. But if you can find as many people to watch this movie with, it is such a great sit-down movie. Everybody's going to laugh. There's so many great jokes, and it is undeniably a funny comedic film. It does have some horror elements in the way that things are presented, but it's not really a horror movie either. It's more alongside the thrills aspect of it, kind of sci-fi-ish at times, but not really. So it's more just a very grounded and just lighthearted. It can get kind of dark at times and kind of depressing too when you really think about it as well. But I really do think It's What's Inside should be getting more recognition and flowers, because Greg Jardin has some very insane and intriguing premise here, and I'm curious to see what the discourse will be once this movie's released. But anyways, I really enjoyed this one. I don't want to give it a low score. I think just maybe the exposition dump at the end was a little bit like, because when you think it's going to end, it has a very highly adrenaline ending, and then it kind of just like everything settles, and then you're just kind of like told what just happened and all that. And I feel there was a better way to do that last bit, so it still had that amount of energy to it, because the film for the most part was kinetic, but up until that last like 10-15 minutes it just kind of slowed down, and it kind of wanted just to explain everything when it didn't do that in the beginning. I just felt there was a better way to go across that, but overall I still enjoyed it. Definitely worth checking out on Netflix if you have the chance over the weekend. Just a fun movie. If you're just looking for something quick and easy to digest, less than 2 hours too. They really tell a full story here, and all these characters, they really are so fleshed out, and I really do implore you, don't get any spoilers, don't watch the trailers or anything like that. Just go into this not knowing anything. It is a fun thriller. I will definitely be rewatching it again, probably later in the month. Maybe we could do a watch party if y'all want. I don't know. Let me know if that's something y'all would want to see. But as always, I will check y'all out later. I will have a Joker Full Ado reaction out of theater and a review for you tomorrow morning, so stay tuned for that. But as always, that's going to do it for us. 35,000 subscribers is the goal. Hit that subscribe notification bell on the road to that. And as always, stay safe, stay positive.